Congratulations on the win today and the two-game win, I guess, versus George Mason. What is your initial reaction of the weekend and of this game specifically?
Well, I like playing a couple matches early, and we've done this with Alberta, UBC, Lewis, Ohio State, and it's good because you play back to back, and we do that a couple times. We do it with Hawaii, we do it with BYU, and George Mason is a good team and coached by Fred Chow. We'll talk a little bit more about them, I'm sure, with your questions. But yeah, I like the fact that we had to play good volleyball because they passed well and they hit well.
What kind of challenge do they present, especially a team that you haven't played in a while?
Yeah, we haven't seen them. We didn't know them; they didn't know us, and you know, I think that makes it fun because sometimes we play in our conference each other, 2, 3, 4 times a year, and although it's fun, it's just as fun to play somebody we don't know. But yeah, I thought that they passed well. We were hitting some pretty good serves, I thought, both nights, and they hit well. And like I said, they made us play good volleyball and make some volleyball plays to beat them. But there was a stretch there where they were hitting high, hard, really good shots, and I think they're going to have a good year. And I know there's lots of good teams in men's volleyball, and if they keep improving, they'll be one of them. I thought their setter was good too, put up hittable balls, and I'm pretty proud of Fred. He was here for a little bit, and I think this is the second time that they've come out to play. I don't know if it was back to back before, but I know that they've been out here before.
Josh Taylor obviously has probably the most headlines going into the season, but besides him, who really stood out tonight for you?
I thought we had pretty good balance both nights, and yeah, I thought pretty good balance, and Scott Ryan played well. The middles were good. Mitch Penny, he's pretty young. First time he's gotten really a lot of playing time, and I thought Tarantino served well. And Brandon Anderson he's a good libero, and of course Matt West is, as we go through the lineup, Matt West played pretty well. I thought JJ came in and played pretty well too, Molsov.
Going back to your non-conference scheduling, last year you didn't play a non-conference game.
We played University of British Columbia back to back.
Oh, well, that was exhibition, right?
Yeah, but it's the same thing. 2 matches. Alberta, I think for the last few years, the University of Alberta has been one of the better teams in North America, if not the best. They're really good, and I think the last 2 years we've had the same format where we played them. Yeah, played them both back to back, and prior to that, I think it was Lewis and Ohio State, and I like it.
Seeing that Alberta, British Columbia doesn't affect your resume as it comes to the NCAA tournament, was there did that affect how you scheduled this year?
I'm not sure of the question. Say that again.
That you were left out of the tournament last year, NCAA tournament.
Right.
Some people think that was because you didn't play a non-conference game or a game against an opponent that counted on your resume, not Alberta or
right.
British Columbia. Did that have any effect on how you scheduled this year?
No, I think it was just talking to Fred and invited him out, and I think we did it pretty early. I don't know exactly when it was. We chatted about it, but I think I'm not sure what men's volleyball is going to do with the RPI in the future, and but once that was over and somebody didn't select us, I mean, we, you just move on, and we moved on. And I don't think anything that happened last year is going to impact what we're going to do this year.
What are your expectations for this season, especially seeing that you're such a senior leading team?
Yeah, you know what? I think if you were here watching this match, that we have to improve. We have to get better. And, I'm pretty familiar with the standards of success for everything that we do, and at the NCAA level for sure. And I don't think anybody right now, first week in January, is saying, hey, we're perfect, but we're pretty far away. And I think Parker's a little rusty in that he hasn't been in our gym since last April, and I think when he gets his feet wet and when he's up to speed, that's going to help us quite a bit. And I think that's going to come with practice time and match time. And so we just got him in the gym this semester. So, and we have to be ready to play big boy volleyball and play it well over time. And I think this year, kind of like last year, in the MPSF anyway, there were, 8 or 9 teams at least that could have competed for the league championship and MPSF championship. And I think it's the exact same thing. And I think it's the same thing for the Midwest and the East, where men's volleyball, there's lots of good play and lots of good players. And I thought the outside hitter for Mason, number 20, I think it's Wilson.
Jack Wilson.
Yeah. Wilson, yeah. I know his number.
Right.
I think he's gonna. I was impressed with him, and although we didn't serve the libero too much, he dug some balls, and I thought the setter's a young guy. Anyway.
Going back to this game, two things that I noticed: you in the first 2 sets, you brought in a player off the bench to serve out the sets. Was that, and bringing JJ in the 4th set, was that something that was more of a product of just trying to fill out who is your team, how to put players in and put players in areas where they can succeed?
Yeah, with Nick, I wanted to ideally, playing any opponent, we'd like to pull away and play lots of guys, and but I didn't feel like mixing it too much, and I wanted to play Nick Antonievich a little bit more, and he's a good player and he's a good server, and JJ when he spelled Parker last year, when Parker's back kind of acted up and played really well, and he's a good volleyball player, and I'm glad that we were able to get him some time.
That will conclude our questions for tonight. Thank you for taking time with us, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks for being here. All right.